What I find really interesting is when the personal life has been particularly difficult and yet the musician has overcome something. Evelyn Glennie comes to mind. She's a profoundly deaf percussion virtuoso, which is astounding in itself. And her love for the music and her ability to overcome this hardship is amazing. Or Lily Crouse, the pianist who I interviewed just before she died. She had been in a prisoner of war camp, and her hands had been broken. And what kept her alive and kept her going during that incarceration was music. She said she practiced in her head, and that it truly kept her alive. That kind of personal experience is amazing.
You also love to write. Novels primarily, but also magazine articles. You used to write magazine articles. You still do that in terms of essays, those kinds of things?
Every once in a while, yeah.
They always have a musical theme. It is the context is music because what?
Well, I think you have to write about what you know. And although the things that I have written are about personalities and about relationships, I very often, most often, put music at the center of the story because it is what I know. It is what I know best.
Yeah. Are musicians different? I mean, you know artists in a whole range of areas. I mean, whether it's performing arts, whether it's acting, whether it also the visual arts like painting. Are musicians different from other artists in any way?
I think because we're very collaborative, because we work together, because there's a collegial feel, we are really fortunate that we're not isolated. The writer, for example, you do it completely on your own. The wonderful ability to be able to be in a room with other musicians when you're doing chamber music and to work on a piece together and come to a point of view. And musicians tend to be great fun, real jokesters. I think that's a need to release after hours and hours of discipline and trying to perfect something. There is this kind of wild side of musicians.
Is classical music being written, and opera and classical music being written today that's as good as the best that this civilization has produced? I guess they are in politics.